Going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Browns drive about to get started.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
To throw, Watson.
He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A really nice knockdown. He has so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man. Because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
Maybe a free play for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it go again. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Keith Taylor. And the Panthers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of the season.
So for Carolina, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My A-spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style, on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the sci-fi, my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking those down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a Coca-Cola. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad. Pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab. Pay what it cost for the tab, extra with the bag. Young Cruiser King, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates, all my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me, and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence if it ain't moving. We making movies, moving. I get a chance to take it, we bout to build it. They leaving it vacant, I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it, I will go get it, that is the difference. I am not waiting, I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right, my grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice, this my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie, that's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh wee.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Wilson to throw right away. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
Tackle on that play by Quinnen Williams.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he's got room. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 32 yards.
And the Ravens are on the board here first in the season opener.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Hall again on 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Wilson.
That pass complete to Moore. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he completes it to Berrios. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the Ravens 3-yard line.
Ready.
They'll try to run with Hall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. That's to Davis. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Zuerlein good with the PAT. Tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. These two teams all tied after 1. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Barney, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed, his elusiveness, and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason.
And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. So how about that? You draft him in the first round back in April, hoping he'll make some plays for you. And now look at this. Instant dividends. A pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Put that ball on the mental home, young man.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And the lead now stands at 13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Jackson now.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, it's Drake. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now it's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. Zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect it. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He's got the connection to Moore. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 to the 24. Surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Wilson fires quickly for Davis.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And another timeout call for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Play action. It's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
A give running right is Hall.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And some space here. 20, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
After the sack on 1st down, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Now a run up the middle with Drake. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Jermaine Johnson. That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Give to Hall running right. It's a room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
But he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down and inside the 25.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On second down, a run with Hall.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are right back in this football game.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
The 30.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The former third overall pick, Quinnen Williams there to bring him down.
Big Quinnen Williams continuing to improve in the middle of that line for New York. Had 13 sacks in his last 2 seasons, which is excellent for a defensive tackle.
From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. Jackson. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens put together a fourth-quarter drive to take the lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this fourth quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because you have the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson. And he'll find Hall. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Straight ahead is Hall.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
They'll run with Hall.
And he will have a first down here to make the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. Throwing now is Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight it.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
There he goes left side. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Come on, set.
One last shot for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. As time has run out on this football game.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close.